So back in November, I got to do my first LARP, which you might have seen pictures from, and I've been kind of geeking out about since I did a live stream where we figured out my character Arya's winter makeup because she's a fae of the seasons. She literally shifts with the wheel of the year, essentially. Woo, we'll be doing another one in a little bit for her spring garb, but I kind of wanted to show you all of my prep for what happens on LARP weekend. Now, it is actually Tuesday, and I don't leave till Friday, so I've already started prep. Tuesday is the last day that essentially you can order anything on Amazon. If you want it to get there before game, Tuesday is kind of like your last cutoff day. And for me, I would even argue, like, you probably want to get it in before 7 p.m. because Amazon sometimes it's a little wibbly. I have one thing that might be arriving Friday, which is a little iffy, but it's something that it's actually a backup of something I already have. It's gonna be a very cold game. I've checked the weather. We're gonna have lows in the 40s, which I know a lot of people are like, oh, Southern California, that's not cold. And you're right, it's not really that cold, except when you are camping or LARPing and like not able to wear some of your typical winter clothing. So I have to have garb that will also work. So that's been like a thing of going, oh, and I also need gloves. Like most of my gloves are like funny looking and whatnot. Just now ordered some nice leather fleece lined gloves that were like 12 bucks on Amazon so that I could make sure that my hands would be warm because, oh, extremities, they're the last to go. Also got hand warmers, thermal socks, because I've got a lot of socks I'm gonna be layering, but these ones are specifically insulated to keep heat in. So those will be my bottom layer socks, and then I'll have other ones on the outside so that if my feet get a little wet, because I believe for the most part these boots are waterproof, but if something gets in, ooh, and now my light's all going away. But if some water gets in, I can change my socks. I'm gonna bring lots of socks just to make sure that I stay warm. But something that did arrive today is my replacement peasant blouse. So what I really want to make sure I do today is get all of my essential base costume pieces, none of the things I'm layering under, although if I have them, I will set them aside. But essentially my base costume pieces and make sure that they all look okay together. She looks a little weird without her makeup because I would not look super great without. Oh, you can also see my skin is kind of stained from other makeup I was wearing. So now that I have put her on, essentially all of her essential pieces, which you can see her over here, what this means is I can now evaluate, okay, cool, this is comfortable, this is great, I've got all my adjusted pieces. I can now feel like, okay, guess what I'm missing? I'm missing bobby pins. I am never missing bobby pins. I can see if I've got enough wig pins. I can go, all right, she's got her regular gloves. I tried out, got all my little fancy pieces on now. So I can check out what's going on, figure that out, make sure that I have everything. And if I'm missing anything, I still have today to order it. So I'm gonna do that if I'm missing anything. I'm actually feeling pretty good about this. I'm not wearing any of my layered stuff, but I already have that. So once I'm done with this, I'm going to essentially put it all in a pile, neatly, pack it, and then I will be good to go for the weekend, costume-wise. Now, in regards to makeup, obviously I'm not gonna pack that all now because I'm gonna do it before we leave for the site on Friday. So essentially what I'm gonna do is have all of my makeup there, and if it gets used, it's going to go in a little travel bag. And that's how I'm gonna figure that out. And all my ears will be done prior to, because I don't personally like applying spirit gum outside if I can help it. I'm able to see that, yes, everything fits, everything looks great, or at least to me it looks great. Everything looks great. I needed to tie this tighter, but I didn't want to for this. Everything looks great. I can move perfectly in all of this, which is a huge thing. That's actually why I replaced the blouse, because originally I couldn't move my arms above this. That's a problem with LARPing. You want full range of motion. I mean, some people might choose to have restrictive clothing, that's fine. Arya wouldn't. Arya's a half fae. And one of the things is they're very extravagant. They love to be extra, but not at the cost of comfort, which also makes sense because Arya very much has had a past of being somewhat on the run, and restricting yourself lets you get caught easier. So no, none of that.
First thing is first, you need to shower because holy cow, you're not gonna get to do it for like 2 days. So do that.
So the showering beforehand for me is sort of like washing off me as a person. That sounds weird, but I use it as a way to sort of cleanse my palate as well, on top of obviously getting clean, so that I can start putting on my character. I have a little bit of an intensive get ready for multiple reasons. Arya is a bit of a departure for who I am. She's a lot more reserved, a lot more regal. She's not quite as silly as I am by a long shot. And so it takes a bit to get into her mindset. So I try to create an environment where it's easy to find how to slip into that. And later I'd like to do a video on creating a character that won't just apply to if you're creating a character for a LARP. It's stuff you can use for if you're in a play, or even D&D roleplay, or heck, even for when you're writing a book. If you're getting stuck with like getting to know who a character is, that's a video I'm currently writing out the script for. So as you saw, I lit some incense because that's part of it. I find incense a very calming and almost nostalgic sort of feel for me, because I am pagan. It's sort of okay, we're gonna get down to business. We're gonna focus. So I lit some incense on my altar. I turned on we've got a white noise machine that we use sometimes to go to sleep. And there's a lovely rainforest one that I love to use for this, as well as I turned on a playlist that I have been compiling for this character. This is a common twin mask practice. I don't know if I'm assuming it's probably pretty common across a lot of LARPs, but as I'm still a noob, twin mask is really all I know for the most part, other than tabletop and text roleplay. But in regards to live action roleplay, twin mask is kind of like that's what I'm pulling from. So I am actually not showing you footage from, as you will probably be able to tell by my hairline, it's different. My hair is obviously had just been done. So I had actually filmed the makeup footage before a tavern event that we went to. So this was not exactly my costuming for LARP itself. I mean, it was. I did wear the exact same costume, but I didn't want to film that morning because I wanted to make sure we got out on time, and filming obviously slows things down a bit. But I had practiced this particular makeup look enough that I had gotten it down to going, okay, I need about an hour and a half. When I initially did it, it took about 3 hours. So it's always good if you've got a complicated makeup look to really get that down of this is how it looks, this is how long it's going to take me. Time yourself, and then practice as many times as you can beforehand, because obviously she takes a lot of work. I think her winter look is probably the most intensive, but we'll see, because I have a spring and summer look to devise as we move forward. But I won't be doing all of those tiny little stick-on snowflakes, those temporary tattoo stick-on snowflakes, which were by far the most intensive part of this makeup look, but I do feel like it very much paid off. So I am on my way to LARP! Yay! Angelique looks amazing. Obviously I'm only I'm mostly done. I just gotta put on my wig and the rest of my costume.
She's looking for her precious.
She says this every time I put on a wig cap.
Okay, it's the wig cap and the ears and the blue.
I play a fae who shifts with the season, so this is my winter look. these, oh my gosh. So these are actually temporary tattoos, which are insane to get off. But I got them on Amazon, and they are good for their buck. They've lasted through my entire winter run. Obviously not this particular batch, but they will last the weekend and then some. 2 days to the night before, please pack everything. Do a double check. I've got an Excel sheet that I'm gonna put up here that you can see that we like double, triple checked we had everything, because you're gonna be surprised how much you bring to a weekend LARP. It's insane. It's insane. Also, I highly recommend, if you are going more than one person, double the tent size. Just because the sheer amount of stuff you will bring, and I'll get to show you a little bit of that later, the sheer amount of stuff you will bring will take up that space. So our first time we went LARPing, we had a tent that was way too big. So, because our friend lent us one that was for like 8 people. But we still ended up taking up most of it. True. Because we had a lot of stuff. We have since figured out more of what our groove is, what we need to bring, which is good. We have a 4-person tent. I bought a tent, you guys. I don't go camping, but I was really excited to buy this tent. And I was just like, because apparently I'm okay with camping if we get to do it in costume. And so you've seen all the putting together of all of this madness. I have everything on that I wear under my costume right now, along with my ears. My hair is already in a wig cap, because I don't want to wear my wig right now. All my makeup, for the most part, is done, other than my lips, which was really easy to do. I've got a small mirror that we can do touch-ups. I've got all my makeup that I'm wearing so that I can do touch-ups if need be. And then on the drive, I have a playlist that we're going to be listening to, and a CD. And we're just going to... I also have to do some vocal warm-ups because, shocking, I'm playing a character who sings. So
It's amazing, and she's gonna get so much silver for it. It's gonna be great.
hopefully, because we have basically, this time we've got something called Love Day, which essentially it's Valentine's Day. But Aria has sort of made it known. She's a healer, and she does that mostly for like charity and whatnot. Doesn't tend to get paid for that, and when she does, it gets half donated to the hospital as well that she works for. So, yay, Healers Guild. But the singing is essentially, I used to, my backstory is before death, because we're all dead, or reborn, I guess.
We were brought back to life.
We're brought back to life.
Reanimated.
My previous life, I spent a good deal of time in a golden cage, and we'll talk more about our backstory when I talk about the character creation. But essentially, I spent a good deal of my life in a golden cage performing for nobles for free. I guess they were giving me food and board. It sucked.
Against your will, though.
Yeah, I know. That whole, like, enslavement thing isn't that good. But
they call that captivity.
that is called captivity.
Indeed.
Because half-fae are very rare in the real world. On our continent where people are returning, they're a lot more abundant. Anyway, my point is, I'm going to be spending time from here on out. So anything filmed after this, I will either not be talking to you, I might put voiceover on it, or I will be talking in character. I'll probably just do voiceover just to show you. But I don't want to, I gotta get in character, so I'm gonna play music, I'm gonna work on my vocal warm-ups, and that's where we are right now, and I'm excited.
I get to be a fop. It's gonna be amazing.
She does. She's got a very Scarlet Pimpernel thing going on that I love. I can't speak. Also, one of my eyelashes look funny.
Can I actually help? Can I actually help?
So, you can kind of see I still have some makeup, because not all of it comes off with makeup wipes. I look a little bit more beat than I am. This is my post wig hair after a long LARP, because it was all in braids, And as you can imagine, you sweat under a wig quite a bit. And, oh, my hair was, I think, wet when I put it under, actually. Angelique is dead. It's very sad. I gotta find a grave to push her into. I'm sure So after a LARP, I firmly believe it's good to have an aftercare sort of thing going on. It is Sunday around about 1, so it's gonna take us about an hour-ish to drive home, and then we're gonna throw all our muddy crap into the laundry, and then we're going to take a shower because we're covered in dirt, and then we're gonna draw a bath to soak all the muscle things that are not great right now, and sort of chill out in PJs and have a nice healthy dinner. It'll be great. Oh, and lots of lotion on the skin, or else it gets the hose gun. No, because the elements and being out there, it will dry you out like crazy.
Even though it was very, very wet out there and rainy and stuff, but yeah. Yes.
Did you enjoy this gathering?
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun.
So much fun. If you'd like, I can tell you a little bit about what happened.
I mean, maybe a decompression one?
Yeah, I might
Like
do
after?
a decompression or something. Not tonight. Oh god. But anyway, yeah, I don't know if that'd be a thing you guys are interested in, is hearing the tales of Kaza and Arya. There's weird things going on with my eyebrow because of my makeup and also the mercenary makeup. I had an NPC shift. Murder bear! Murder bear! Murder bear! Murder bear out.